Hello and welcome to another episode of the Alex Nitzberg Show. Trump versus Biden, Part 2. That's what it looks like we're gonna be getting this year, since each of them have become the presumptive nominee of their respective political party. But the presidential election is still months away, and we have stuff going on right now. Lawmakers will probably soon be passing another government appropriations package. But will Republicans fight to secure the border? Will they fight to cut spending, or will they just approve a monstrosity that continues funding the federal Leviathan? Also, Senator Mike Lee has called for abolishing the Transportation Security Administration, generally referred to as the TSA. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem posted a nearly 5-minute video that came across like a commercial for a dental practice in Texas. And have you heard about Figure, an artificial intelligence robotic company working on a humanoid robot? OpenAI, which is behind ChatGPT, is collaborating with Figure, and at the end of today's show, I'm going to be covering this interesting topic and showing you a video of the robot in action. If you enjoy these shows, please remember to tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on X, the platform previously known as Twitter. All right, so thank you guys for joining, and do please remember to hit that like button if you haven't already. Hey, Mike, first, well, thank you for joining me, and thank you for being the first person to leave a comment. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, so let me switch this over here. So like I said, it seems to have been a foregone conclusion during the presidential primaries that we're going to end up with Trump and Biden again, and indeed we have. We've got both of them securing enough delegates to become the presumptive presidential nominee of their respective parties. So it looks like 2024 is basically going to be a 2020 rematch, except for maybe the fact that like RFK Jr. is going to be in the mix. Obviously, as a third-party candidate running as an independent, he's running as an independent. He has no chance of actually winning the election unless there's like a seismic shift in American politics. But, he could get some votes that might have gone to either Trump or Biden. Other people that might have voted for one or the other, or maybe wouldn't have voted at all, might go to him. But generally speaking, we're just going to be looking at Trump and Biden during this election cycle again. Former Vice President Mike Pence has actually said that he will not be endorsing Trump. Let me show you some clips from him speaking to Martha McCallum of Fox News Channel.
And it should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year. Look, I'm incredibly proud of the record of our administration. It was a conservative record that made America more prosperous, more secure, and saw conservatives appointed to our course in a more peaceful world. But that being said, during my presidential campaign, I made it clear that there were profound differences between me and President Trump on a range of issues.
All right, let me show you another clip here of her asking him who he's going to, vote for.
I'm going to keep my vote to myself, but
would you vote for President Biden?
I would never vote for Joe Biden, but how I vote when that curtain closes is that'll be for me. But
are you looking for a third party emergent?
No,
character?
look, what I can.
All right, and let me show you this one.
And I'm going to advocate for that.
You're not going to run as a third-party candidate of any kind, are you, sir? Or are you?
I'm a Republican, Martha.
All right.
So it kind of sounds like he's probably going to vote for Trump, but he's not, endorsing him, which, makes sense. I mean, given the background there, the history and the falling out that they had. And also, he runs through some issues that he's not, agreeing with Trump. Let me play you this here.
And not just our difference on my constitutional duties that I exercised on January the 6th. I mean, as I have watched his candidacy unfold, I've seen him walking away from our commitment to confronting the national debt. I've seen him starting to shy away from a commitment to the sanctity of human life. And this last week, his reversal on getting tough on China and supporting our administration's effort to force a sale of ByteDance TikTok.
Why do you think he did that?
All right. So also, Nikki Haley, she dropped out, but look what she still has appended at the top of her Twitter feed. Even though she dropped out, a while ago at this point. In fact, here's a tweet from March 6th. Now it's March 16th. There were 10 days in. And she still has this campaign ad, or I think it's a campaign ad, like saying ranting, raving, and chaos from a name from the past. We can do better. So that's interesting. Even though she's 10 days from dropping out, she's still got this this tweet hitting Trump up here. Also, I posted this on my YouTube channel a couple days ago, a video clip of most of this clip, cut out the part of it at the end. But it's interesting. It's a 34-year-old Donald Trump being asked if he'd, like to be president of the United States. So if you haven't seen this, it's interesting.
Would you like to be the president of the United States?
I really don't believe I would run it, but I would like to see somebody as the president who could do the job, and there are very capable people in this country.
Most people who are capable are not running for office. Most men are frightened of politics today.
It is a shame, isn't it?
Yes.
It is a shame. The most capable people are not necessarily running for political office, and that is a very sad commentary on the country. They had major corporations and they had this and that, but they are not running for political office.
Why wouldn't someone like yourself run for political office? You have all the money that you possibly need. You've accomplished a great deal, even though you are only 34. I know there's a lot of things that you possibly can do in the years ahead. Why wouldn't you dedicate yourself to public service?
Because I think it's a very mean life. I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country, but I see it as being a mean life, and I also see it as somebody with strong views and somebody with the kind of views that are maybe a little bit unpopular, which may be right, but may be unpopular, wouldn't necessarily have a chance of getting elected against somebody with no great brain but a big smile. And that's a sad commentary for the political process.
Television, in a strange way, has ruined that process, hasn't it?
It's hurt the process very much. I mean, the Abraham Lincolns of the world, Abraham Lincoln would probably not be electable today because of television. He was not a handsome man and he did not smile.
So there you go, a more than 40-year-old clip of Trump. Kind of interesting there. Okay, so this was something odd. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem put out this video. It comes across like sort of like a commercial for a dental practice in Texas that she apparently went to. Let me just play you a clip from it.
Well, hi, I'm Kristi Noem. I'm the governor of South Dakota and had the opportunity to come to Smile, Texas to fix my teeth, which has been absolutely amazing. For years, I have needed to have an adjustment to my teeth from a biking accident, and they have been absolutely phenomenal. Years ago, I was out bike riding with all of my kids when they were little and had a biking accident and knocked out all of my front teeth. And so several years ago, I did a consultation here at Smile, Texas, and did it by Zoom, but could never quite find the time. And recently got the chance to work with Dr. Davis. Dr. Dooley's always been fantastic to me too, but the team here was remarkable and finally gave me a smile.
Okay, so you get the point here. It's a little odd for a sitting governor of a state to be posting what appears to be like a testimonial video or something that the dental practice could use as like to promote their practice, basically. It's just, it's odd. And it's also notable because Kristi Noem is one of the people that seems to be widely thought to be possibly somebody that Trump could potentially pick as his vice presidential running mate. We see what happens with that, but yeah, it's just sort of an odd thing that happened there with that. Okay, so Senator Mike Lee of Utah is advocating to abolish the TSA. You can see here in this tweet, he said, "It's time to abolish the TSA. Airlines can and will secure their own planes if a federal agency doesn't do it for them. They'll do it better than TSA without undermining the Constitution and with less groping, showing more respect for passengers. Share if you agree." And then hashtag NTSA he has here. A little bit later, this is March 11th, on March 14th he tweeted and said, "Update, days after calling to abolish TSA, I got randomly selected," he has randomly selected in quotes, "for the needlessly slow, thorough TSA screening and pat-down. Maybe it's a coincidence or not, impossible to know. That's part of the problem with having a federal agency in charge of airport security." It probably is just a coincidence, but man, it's kind of a problem because nobody likes going through the TSA line. I mean, it's kind of annoying, especially, if you get subjected to a pat down, that's terrible. But at the same time, it's like, well, we need airport security because all the, the people that might try to, do terrorism or whatever, hijack a plane and stuff. So it's like, it's tough. And then, if you've ever been there when there's a dog, sometimes TSA will have a dog kind of checking the passengers. It's so much easier to get through that line when there's a dog, because usually, when there's a dog, I don't think you have to take all the stuff out of your bag and all that. But what do you think about that? Do you think it would be better or about the same maybe if TSA was gone? I mean, the problem is you're still going to have security, basically. But anyway, so he's saying that TSA was actually established in the wake of the 2001, September 11th terrorist attacks. You can see here on the TSA website, it says the Aviation and Transportation Security Act, passed by the 107th Congress and signed on November 19th, 2001, established TSA. And this was just something funny. I saw this guy, John Amanchukwu Sr., he tweeted and said, the TSA, "Sir, do you have anything sharp or dangerous in your bag?" Me, "Yes, my Bible." So I thought that was kind of funny. And in case you don't get that joke, Hebrews 4:12 says, "For the word of God is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." So also, on the issues of just border and as well as government spending, Mike Lee here, you can see, tweeted and said, "How many have to die before Congress holds Biden accountable? Congress shouldn't fund Biden's priorities until he makes border enforcement one of them. Secure the border or shut it down." Here's a tweet from U.S. Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens. And by the way, if you're not following him at USBP Chief, and I guess when there's a new chief, they will, it'll still be this handle, I believe, but it'll be a different name and photo and stuff. But anyway, it's just like a stream of tweets showing the importance of border security as a critical part of ensuring public safety and why we need to secure the border. Look at this. It says 3/13, so March 13. U.S. Border Patrol agents in Uvalde, Texas, arrested an illegal migrant from Ecuador. He is a child predator with a 2014 conviction for sexual assault of a victim under 13, serving 6 years in prison. Now we need the AUSA to prosecute, the judge to convict, and ICE to remove him from the U.S. Here's another one. It says, this is from March 11th. Over the weekend, U.S. Border Patrol agents in the Yuma, Tucson, El Paso, Del Rio, and Rio Grande Valley sectors arrested 5 child sex offenders. Their criminal histories include sexual assault of a person of 15 years old and aggravated sexual assault of a child. So, if Republicans are not going to fight on this issue, when it comes to government appropriations, if they're not going to use that as leverage to fight, if they're not going to fight to secure the border, why are we electing them? I mean, if this isn't one of the reasons we elected them, what is? Here is a post from Chip Roy. He said, "If Republicans truly want to change Washington, you must aggressively cut spending. There's no other choice." But, I talked before on the show about the government appropriations package that was recently passed. But, there's going to be another round of government appropriations package. There's going to be another package probably coming up. And so it's like I said, Republicans, they need to cut spending. They need to fight on that. But this border thing, they need to use this as a leverage point to fight for securing the border. Why on earth would Republicans or someone who claims to be conservative, vote to continue funding government at the same level? And if they're going to do that, if you're going to continue this massive spending, at least get something in return for it, shutting down the border, locking it down to the extent you're, stopping people from illegally crossing, to the extent that you can, to protect the country and to stop all of this crime and stuff that is involved with the border crossings and stuff. So also, here's the flag of Ukraine. It's not just the government appropriations that are coming up that you can keep an eye on to see if Republicans are actually going to fight on anything, or they're just going to, pass a monstrosity of a bill funding government and not securing the border. But also keep an eye out. They'll probably be voting on Ukraine funding, also possibly Israel funding. Are they going to pass more Ukraine funding, even though we're trillions and trillions of dollars in debt? The border is not secure. We have, stuff going on here, and we're funding a war, basically. We are funding a foreign war over there between Russia and Ukraine. And so it's like, it doesn't seem like that's a good use of America's, okay. And let me say also, when I say the United States, I believe, is giving them a lot of aid in the form of weapons and stuff, and then replenishing our own stockpiles and stuff like that. So I don't believe it's just that we're just giving the money, although I believe we've done that as well. But it's like, why are we keeping this war going? It seems like if we stopped, this war would probably end, but yet because we continue interfering and expending lots of our own money, whether it's to give them supplies and replenish our own stockpiles or whatever, giving them actual money, we're perpetuating this war. And then as far as Israel, we're probably might be giving them money as well. And like I said, we're in tons and tons of debt. That doesn't really seem like a good plan, giving away money to other countries. Of course, Israel's an ally and all that stuff, but it's like, it just doesn't seem like a great plan for the United States to be giving out all this money. Okay, and on that topic, you've probably noticed inflation right over the past few years. Well, here's some funny stuff. Making fun of it. I mean, it's actually, inflation is not funny. It's a problem. It's a hardship for people. As the purchasing power of their hard-earned money is eroded away. And but there are some funny jokes I got to show you here. Oh, here's one. It says the most expensive vehicle to operate in 2024, and it's got a grocery cart. Here's one that's this guy said, how to beat inflation. Last year, skip breakfast. This year, have cereal for dinner. Next year, don't eat. Here's one from the Babylon Bee. It says, due to inflation, Subway introduces the new $5 inch long. Because you remember they used to do $5 foot longs. Well, they're joking about a $5 inch long. Also, this is just something funny that I noticed. Chuck Schumer has this tweet here. It says, President Biden's budget in 3 words. Bold, optimistic, responsible. Well, when you're looking at that, BOR really stands out. And what does that spell when you look at it backwards? ROB. Responsible, optimistic, and bold. Rob. So I just thought that was kind of funny. All right, and then this last thing here, I told you guys I want to talk about Figure, this AI robotics company. So this is pretty interesting. Let me show you this video here. And it says, before I get into it, let me read you. It says, with OpenAI, Figure 1 can now have full conversations with people. OpenAI models provide high-level visual and language intelligence. Figure neural networks deliver fast, low-level, dexterous robot actions. Everything in this video is a neural network. Check this out.
Hey, Figure 1, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great, can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
So this is, I mean, pretty impressive, isn't it? Like, and later in the video, the robot starts basically like putting the dishes into the dish rack. But there's another video where the robot is making coffee in like a Keurig machine by putting the K-cup in and stuff. Puts the K-cup in the machine and then shuts the lid and hits the button to start it or whatever. But it's pretty interesting, I think. Here's a tweet from OpenAI. It says, OpenAI plus humanoid robots, we're collaborating with Figure Robot to expand our multimodal models to robotic perception, reasoning, and interaction. And just to note here, Figure, this robot company, it has investments from Microsoft, OpenAI Startup Fund, NVIDIA, Jeff Bezos through Bezos Expeditions, it says here, Parkway Venture Capital, Intel Capital, and it says Align Ventures. So you've probably heard of some of those, like I have. Obviously you've heard of Jeff Bezos at Microsoft, and you've probably heard of OpenAI, because of ChatGPT and stuff. So, I mean, just imagine that. Maybe at some point in the future, you'll have a robot at your house doing stuff. If you pay any attention to Tesla and Elon Musk, they've also got a humanoid robot that they've been working on. And so yeah, maybe one day, what Figure is trying to do is they're trying to basically be able to sell these robots to industry, to maybe work in factories and stuff like that. and maybe to work at home in your home as to help you do stuff. And they also mentioned off-world, so I think they're thinking maybe like maybe on the moon or Mars, you could be using these robots to do things. So pretty interesting thing to keep your eye on. All right, so thank you for joining me today, and please, if you enjoyed this episode, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on X, the platform previously known as Twitter, and I will see you guys in the future. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.